From Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at 5.
New tonight at 5, a Fargo man is warning you to bring your deliveries inside and fast. This comes after he caught a woman taking multiple packages from his home over the weekend. Valley News team's Callie Hubbard spoke exclusively with that man and has his story.
Exclusive Ring doorbell video captures a female walking up to Brian Ersted's door in broad daylight. She reaches down to grab 4 packages from the Osgood home and takes off, coming back later for a Christmas decoration on his house. 2 of those packages were Christmas presents for his kids.
That's sad. They're bummed in general that stuff got stolen, so they're pretty shook up about it. Certainly a good lesson for them and everyone to learn, I think, how it affects other people.
Ersted didn't want to go on camera, but says it goes beyond stealing hundreds of dollars inside packages.
You should probably think about other people when you do things like that, because it affects more than just you, but other people you steal from and their kids and children and even the community.
Fargo police says there hasn't been more package thefts recently, but that could change as items bought on Black Friday and Cyber Monday start showing up on your doorstep.
Right now, we could see an increase in these package thefts. So it's really important to make sure that we're following those tracking numbers and securing those packages as soon as possible.
Adding that you should file a police report and send any video you may have like Ersted did right away, so this doesn't happen to you. In Fargo, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
Apartments pose their own challenges. Fargo police tell us they recently got a report for 5 packages stolen from an entryway. Another lucky day in December. It is beautiful out there. However, some areas could see a small change this evening. Hutch is here to fill us in. Hey, Hutch.
Thanks so much, Andrea. Yes, as we head through the evening, we've seen a little bit of cloud cover working its way into the region, but that has not limited temperatures. In fact, it's going to slow how fast we cool tonight. Mid-30s in Bemidji. That's the cool spot, along with Grand Forks at 36 degrees. Here in Fargo, holding on to those 40s, and it's 50 in Jamestown. As we look at the satellite, we see plentiful clouds across the region. And again, those clouds blanket in the warmth of the day. In fact, they radiate a little energy down toward the ground, keeping our falling temperatures from falling too quickly tonight. We'll be in the 30s all evening here and in Grand Forks. We continue to highlight a first alert weather day on Friday, not for deep snow, but for big time changes in the forecast. I'll have the latest in your hour-by-hour forecast here, Andrea, in a few moments.
All right, thanks, Hutch. The man wanted in connection with a Grand Forks murder is now in jail. 57-year-old William Poitras is being held on unrelated charges. 55-year-old Jeffrey Shulzitsky was found dead in his room at the Budget Inn Express Saturday afternoon. His death was ruled a homicide. Officers responded to a 911 call that initially came in as a stabbing, though police haven't said how he was killed. Court documents say Poitras was found with meth and resisted arrest. A Fargo man is in jail tonight accused of domestic assault while the victim is fighting for their life. Around 10:45 last night, Fargo police got a call to head to the north side of town for a domestic assault. When they arrived, they found the victim with serious injuries. That person was rushed to a hospital. 27-year-old Cody Plumley was then arrested for domestic assault, burglary, and other charges. Bemidji police are reminding the public to do their part in preventing vehicle thefts. They say 10 vehicles have been stolen just in the last month. The department also says that keys left in an unattended vehicle, a violation of a city ordinance. You could get a ticket for that, or worse, your vehicle could get stolen. The first steps, or shots, marking the beginning of the end of the global COVID-19 pandemic were taken today in the UK. The Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine started going into the arms of prioritized British citizens and healthcare workers this morning, foreshadowing what's soon to come to the U.S. and other countries around the world. NBC's Keir Simmons has more on the rollout.
This morning, the first patient in the world to receive the Pfizer vaccine outside the clinical trials was a 90-year-old woman, Margaret Keenan. She called it an early birthday present.
It was fine. I'm happy it's happened.
Soon, the vaccination programme was underway in 70 hospitals and health centres across the UK. The British calling it V-Day.
It's amazing to see the vaccine coming out. It's amazing to see this tremendous shot in the arm for the entire nation, but we can't afford to relax now.
And this is what's coming to America. community centres like this one in Wales turned into local vaccination hubs. At the back of a basketball court, there are lines of immunisation cubicles. Each patient is ushered in one by one, and then they're given this immunisation card. On the back, it says the date of your first vaccination and when you need to get your second dose. This ICU doctor came for his vaccination after a night shift. How does it feel to be one of the first to be vaccinated?
It feels great. I'm really privileged. Obviously, there's so many people out there that are waiting for a vaccine.
Wales plans for 20,000 people to be vaccinated in total as part of the first wave. Not nearly enough for one of the hardest hit countries in Europe, but a start.
I think having a combination of vaccines will be really advantageous to us. It will help us deliver the programme a lot more easily.
A light at the end of the tunnel, despite challenges ahead. Keir Simmons, NBC News in Cardiff, Wales.
Today, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz unveiled his plan for distributing the vaccine once it arrives in the state. Walz says 46,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine could arrive by next week. The following week, he's expecting more than 94,000 doses from Moderna. By the end of the year, Minnesota could see more than 183,000 doses from the two companies.
We immunize for impact, meaning maximize immediate health benefits and reduce deaths and serious illness. That's a guiding principle of how this gets out, what we want to do with the vaccine. Start with those that are most susceptible to serious complications and those who care for them.
Minnesota has averaged about 5,400 new daily cases and 58 deaths per day over the past week. The state ranks second in terms of daily new cases per capita. Meanwhile, in North Dakota, health officials confirm that vaccinations will become available some as soon as Monday. Health officials say 6,850 doses will arrive in North Dakota next week. Those will go to hospitals in Fargo, Grand Forks, Bismarck, and Minot. The following week, 7,800 more doses will arrive, also for healthcare providers, along with 13,000 doses to vaccinate EMS crews. The week of December 27th, another 9,750 units, which will also go directly into the healthcare system. Some hospitals in Minnesota are reaching capacity as COVID cases surge, and many are worried hospitals in the FM Metro will fill up too. Vice President of Sanford, Doug Griffin, says that's not going to happen. He tells us they have bed availability now, and if they were to get in a pinch, they would find a way to make room, adding that the vaccine will certainly help things.
We know that it probably won't be until the second quarter of 2021 where we really can get a large number of the public vaccinated. And that's really what we need to basically squelch the disease.
Griffin adds that his staff is ready to administer the vaccine as soon as possible. The first priority group is set to see the vaccine as early as December 16th. Scientists are spraying saliva-like droplets in the Netherlands' largest soccer stadium to study how fans spread aerosols. They're setting up artificial aerosol generators that spray droplets, showing how a cheering crowd might spread airborne particles through the air. They're hoping to minimize the concentration of aerosols since they play a role in the spread of the coronavirus, although it remains unclear to what extent.
What you see here actually is a small generator that is generating droplets representing saliva, and these small droplets actually will evaporate, and then the solid residue will actually be floating around here. And the number of these remaining particles is actually measured by this kind of sensors, and they count the number and the size of each of these particles.
Researchers say this study will have a direct effect on the way fans safely attend sporting events in the future. Joe Biden has named 5 co-chairs for his inaugural committee. Representative James Clyburn of South Carolina will be the lead chair of the committee. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer will be an inaugural co-chair, along with the mayor of Los Angeles, Representative Cedric Richmond of Louisiana, and Representative Lisa Blunt of Delaware. We are hoping that you will help us help the Great Plains Food Bank. Valley News Live is teaming up again with the Great Plains Food Bank for a virtual food drive. We hit the $10,000 mark today, but we still need your support. There are a number of items that you can purchase and donate right from your phone. To find out more, download our free VNL News app, look for the virtual food drive, and then click to donate. Still to come on Valley News Live at 5, the world marks the death of a world-famous musician.
And a beautiful Tuesday it was. It started out with a lot of sunshine and temperatures in the 20s first thing in the morning. That's what we typically hit for highs. Not far from a record today in Fargo. In fact, we tied one, 53 degrees, 50 in Grand Forks, and elsewhere even warmer out west. Your forecast is next.